going to talk about the design part. In the first video, we're talking about the storytelling content, and here we're going to talk about how to create an up-to-date design while also keeping the group brand alongside the unique brands, sub-brands, branding, and how to create an interactive presentation that will help you manage the meeting, just flow from slide to slide according to your needs, and make it suitable either for presenting it in a meeting or letting the client move through it in the flow that you like. Let's talk about branded look and feel. If there's something important when we create a company deck is to make sure that we have the brand look and feel in this presentation, right? But what do we do if we have a group that has its own branding and underneath it we have many other brands and they each have its own colors and vibes and styles? So let's see what I did. What I did was to take the Kaufman Group logo you see here on the left, and it also has this tagline in red. I used this specific red for the main title that explains what this slide is all about in each slide, right? This one talks about our brands, and right beneath it we have a title that is more kind of a marketing style title. Your home deserves the best. It just reflects on our brands. Our brands will give your home the very best. And here we present all the different brands under the group, and you can see that I used the specific blue for the subtitle from Dr. Gab, because Dr. Gab is their leading brand. Those two colors, this specific red and specific blue, will escort us throughout the entire presentation. And another thing that will escort us is that they have this kind of a beige textile feel and backgrounds along the presentation, just like in this picture. And we saw that those colors were specific to the different brands, but I just wanted to bring more color to certain slides. What I did was just to sample all the colors from the different brands and to incorporate them in a cool way like this for our values, for example, while still maintaining the entire group's feel with the beige textile, the title in red and the title in blue. Keep structure and pop the differences. Another thing that is very important in a company deck is to keep structure and pop the differences. What it means is, let's create a structure that will follow us for the entire presentation, and that would be the structure of the group. Okay, we're going to feel like it's part of something holistic, but each and every brand will have its own uniqueness and kind of touch to it that this will make it pop and will show the differences between each and every brand inside the bigger group. What I did was to create a custom slide in the master slide that has fixed elements, but also placeholders for things that are going to change. The fixed elements will be the textile background, the Kaufman Group logo, and you can also see the different logos of the small brands. And there's going to be a placeholder here for the big logo we're going to talk about, for the specific brand we're going to talk about, in this case Dr. Gab. And there will also be pictures, one picture below the logo and two pictures in the same size, again placeholders, that we can place the pictures of the specific brand. There will always be the brand title and beneath the specific brand name, and of course a paragraph about it, and the same located button with the colors of the specific brand. And if you're going to click on it, it is linked to the specific brand website. This is very cool. And you can see it will repeat itself for all brands. See, for all brands, everything is in the same location. Irnap, for example, they also have these kind of cool icons and this line. I also incorporated as well, just to give it more of a kind of cool, freshy, young vibe to it. But you can really see that it repeats itself. The same structure repeats itself. So this is a cool thing. And now, for example, I created another layout, and this time we're going to talk about the shopping channels. For the shopping channels, I put this title here below the logo, and I created this big numbers just to emphasize the number of the stores, and just a small paragraph below it, sentence, sorry, and the pictures in a collage that differs a bit. You can see it's somewhat the same. Here we didn't have the numbers. I just to deliver do it a bit different, but you can see it's still the same design. It still keeps kind of a systematic look. You know, the shopping channels, and what changes all the time is just the specific brand titles and website and so on. And another way to present the uniqueness of a brand, you see, for example, that in Dr. Gav, we also have sub-brands inside Dr. Gav. We can keep those colors of the brands just as they are, and it doesn't look weird because they are presented in the section of the specific brand, the Dr. Gav brand, and it doesn't look confusing with the other brands out there. Make it flow either way. What it means is that when you're in a presentation, in a meeting, and maybe you want to go back to the first slide and then again to the other one, and the client then asks you, oh, can you show me again something about the other brand, and maybe jump forward to the other one. You don't want to scroll back and forth through the entire presentation to look for the specific slide. You want it to be easy to move to whatever is needed fast. So that's one aspect. And the other one is that if you're sending this presentation to a client for email, you want the client to be able to also move fluently throughout the presentation in the flow that you want it to go through. Then you need to be able to control it. And this is what I did. You see that in this slide, for example, the owner of Kaufman Group asked me to create some kind of a table of content. While we're presenting our brand, it's also in a way a table of content. We can click on the specific brand that we want, for example, Natuzzi, and we're going straight to the first page of this brand, as we said before, meet the brand. And from here you can scroll up to the other pages of this brand. But then when you're here, maybe you want to scroll to Dr. Gav. I just clicked on this toolbar on the left that I created. It's also clickable, and I can just jump between different brands. I can go to Marley just by clicking, or clicking the Napo logo and going to Napo, and just continue scrolling the different slides. And I can continue scrolling naturally with clicking down or up, but just in case you want to jump to the first page of a certain brand, you just can do it in a click. That's easy. And another thing I created is that when you're on a specific brand, you can also go to the website in a click. Think about it when you're sending this presentation to a client, or maybe if you're even presenting it to a client, and they say, oh, can you show me more information about a specific brand? And you want to go to the website, you have it in a click. And even they can go in a click if you're sending over email. So each and every brand has its own website. Click a link here to this button that has its own colors. Italia will have the Italia Sofa website, and Marley will have its own House of Marley link. So it's really, really easy to navigate this presentation smoothly and talk about what really interests your clients or your partners, and just make it flow. Thank you so much for viewing this video. I hope you find it useful and inspiring. If you have any questions, or if you feel like this is something that you need and you want someone to help you shine and tailor your presentations or any other marketing material like videos or one-pagers or landing pages to your needs, to specific marketing needs or internal communication needs, I'm here for you. See you in the next video. Bye.